Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna play To Eat a God under Yandere Danesum. Let's begin. In the garden there are 7 symbols to which we must worship. Each one represents a concept linked to the creation of the garden. The symbols are entities generated by the creator to maintain the order of fetching of the garden. All beings born under the command of the garden have women connection with the representative symbol, depending on the day they were born. No one is born on Sundays. Sundays are a sacred day. Tell that to the people who are actually born on Sunday. It is said that the symbols choose 6 people after the candle festival to consume them, in the hope that one of them is a reincarnation of the creator. So a reincarnation of Chuck? Your character's past doesn't matter. It's just another body for you to take. Something you are already used to, I guess. Welcome to the garden, a place you use as a test. A disposable place after finishing playing it. The garden symbol. You must not let the other characters find out that your puppet is connected to you. Your puppet will be sent as a gift for the symbols, and you should act as if you belong there. Please do not do anything that's outside the supplications, nor summon the name of the representative of the void. This is strictly forbidden, even if you're given the opportunity. Don't do it. I'm going to do it. You feel yourself fall on a hard surface which scrapes your knees. It's a sharp knock, which makes a strange echo in the place. You can hear the sound of silverware being scraped on a plate, and then dead silence. Something's wrong. Open your eyes. You look where you have fallen, realized that you're on a table. You've fallen right on a cake, causing your entire hand and part of your knee to be stained with chocolate. Hey, you heard the voice behind you, and reflectively, you turn to see who it is. In front of you is a man who looks back at you in amazement, and before you can ask what's going on, he interrupts you. You shouldn't be here. You have got to be kidding me. I can't believe that this dispersion mechanism has broken down again. I have to do everything myself. There's no one here who's responsible enough to check if everything is in order. You feel like a visible hand grabs your body and punches you into a void. Little by little, you sink into a dark void that envelops you. The sensation is strange, warmly strange. What the heck? There's no information about you. This can't be possible. Let's ask what's going on. What's happening? I can't see the connection with your symbol. Apparently, you're not a subject. Pardon me, I was wrong. Welcome, I've been waiting for you. Wait, so was it supposed to be here? Mara said she will send them a new toy. The word toy doesn't sound right. You feel a small ting of discomfort at the strangeness of the situation. But remember that you had to put on a good face. Act natural. Like you really belong here. After what happened to the last one, I really hope you last longer. You really don't want to know what's happened to the last one. My name's Nulla, owner of the void. Nice to meet you. Well, nice to meet you, Nulla. Before we leave, I need your name. What's your name? YN. I'm YN. Welcome to the void, YN. Nulla extends his hand to you to squeeze it tightly. In greeting, despite the seconds passing, he doesn't let go. You feel how his gaze devours your soul. Like he wants our soul. It seems like he was looking for something. What you totally do, keep your gaze. Just keep staring at him. Keep your gaze. You are... Noel's gaze turns blank for a second, only to quickly be placed by eyes filled with wonder. You're from there. You're not from here. We'll totally explain to him. Or does he explain to us? Explain. You feel Noel pull your hand, bring your body closer to him. Instantly his other hand begins to squeeze your neck, blocking the entry of air into your lungs. I see you. Before your vision completely blurs, Noel lets you go. So this is nothing more than a puppet. I apologize for my behavior, but I don't think I would be facing someone from the upper plane. You are adorable. Okay, I'll repeat the puppet. Maybe I could get you out of it. I'll be able to exit this loop. Wait, he's in a loop? Don't move, please. It'll only be a second. Well, okay, we're just gonna go with alright. What's the worst that could happen? Alright. Noel doesn't let you speak. In a second, he has you in his arms again, and one of his hands rests on your chest. I'll move your essence. With that, I will be able to get you out there. It won't hurt, at least not for you, Ian. I can't say the same for the puppet. You feel Noel rip open your chest and begin to extract something from inside. It hurts. It hurts so much. Your sight begins to blur. What's going on? No. It's not fair. Bad end. Let's see what happens if we look away. Look away. You look away. You can't stand the way Noel's eyes begin make holes in your head. Your eyes travel to where your hands are connected. They are first to let go, causing Noel to snicker. I guess Mar gave you life and didn't explain anything to you. How neglected of her. Today you'll attend at the hotel. You will serve the waiter at the dining room. Today some symbols will come because they have a meaning at my hotel. If you serve them well, maybe they will take you as an apprentice. But now you're just a toy, so be careful. The entity that calls himself Noel touches your forehead, and you feel again how visible hands grab your lips to push you down. And with this, the ground swallows you into total blackness. Don't be scared. We will soon reach our destination. Despite not seeing anything, you can feel like you're floating in the void. Out of nowhere, a strange pressure is on your body, causing you to feel like you're falling. And sure enough, you fall on your hands on a cold floor. Again, you look around and the place has changed. You no longer find yourself in the same kitchen as before. Now it's a larger one, filled with kitchens that are in a restaurant. Does he just like kitchens? We have arrived. You look up to find Noel, who's standing next to you, but he doesn't look at you. Beyond, near the knives, there's a strange-looking person. Noel looks at him. Hi, Fams. I like Fam's design. The funny-looking man jumps when he hears Noel. When you look more closely, you realize he's wearing a mask that prevents you from seeing his features. Mr. Noel. Kind of looks like one of those play doctor's masks mixed with a villain's mask. I thought you wouldn't come here today. He doesn't sound very happy about Noel's arrival. I have a little problem. Does it have to do with the smelly creature next to you? Smelly? You tilt your head slightly to verify his statement. Find that you don't even smell like anything at all. Something like that. Mr. Noel. That thing smells like a human. I have to return them to the warehouse. You should check your sense of smell, Vams. It's getting worse. This is the new toy that Mother has sent to entertain the symbols. But the last one was quickly broken by Quinn Q. I thought you and Mother had agreed that no one would be made. Oh, I'm human. Totally human. Can I just go home? This was because Quinn Q is an animal. He doesn't take care of things. I guess Mother can't leave Spectrum without his weekly meal. It's obvious you're burned by the favoritism. In a way, you feel like you're the third wheel in this conversation. It's not like you have much of a contribution either. Anyway, I have faith in this creation. There is something different about it, different from the others. The only difference is that it reeks of a human. Maybe the 7 will like that. Vams leaves to go and search for a plate. When he returns, you can appreciate what's there. Null does the same from his side. It's meat. What kind of meat? Null looks at Vams with a smug smile. If you let them tend to the symbols, you might save one of your boys from losing their lives. Lately, the symbols have been very displeased. It's like, okay, get an idea. Okay, you win. Now please stop interrupting my work. Null disattaches himself from Vams and begins to walk towards the door that appears to be the exit from the kitchen. See you later. You're in charge of Flams. In charge, Flams. Goodbye. What idiot. Well, I need you to tend the symbols that will arrive shortly. Meanwhile, prepare the table for them. Flams shows you the table where the symbols will come and explains that they are away from normal human public because they have important topics to discuss amongst themselves. Also, Flams has instructed you that the food must be set on the table before they arrive. You're now unsupervised. Should we ask what we should do? They do what they ask you, or escape the place. Escape the place would be so awesome. Escape the place. You look everywhere, looking for traces of Nulla and Vams. There's nothing but empty tables. Something in your stomach tells you that you shouldn't do it. A bad omen. But your desire to free yourself and escape from here is stronger. You walk to a slow pace to not attract attention, pretending you're looking for something. The front door is closed, so you can't go there. Instead, there's a staircase that leads down. Well, I'm gonna go with this one. Go downstairs. You decide to go inspect the place. Maybe there will be an exit. It's so dark that you can barely see your feet. When you reach the end of the table, you find a door. Trying your luck, you touch the handle. The door opens without much effort. A meat locker? You're shocked to find there's bodies hanging in this place. Without wanting to look at anymore, you prepare to run, but hard-pressed body prevents you. Who gave you permission to come here? Ooh, what's he gonna do? Oh, he has a... You're not doing what they ask of you. I can't risk my reputation or Mother's. Mother does not make failed creations. Maybe she does. And I can't stand incompetent apprentices either. Null points his pointing stick at your forehead, because we can't say it, and without a second thought pulls at it. Bad end. Can we... I wonder why he even needs one of those. Do what they ask you. You shouldn't risk escaping. It's better to do what they ask for and act normally. You set the table very carefully. From time to time, Vams passes by to inspect how you're doing. Once he considers that you have finished setting the table, he calls you to the kitchen. He explains that you have to place the starter dishes and then wait for the symbols to arrive. When Fames prepares the dishes, he tells you that only 5 symbols are coming today. Each one has intimidating aroma and aurora, and all are very prone to responding immersely to his workers if they don't like something. Could we get your workers back? Especially Uma. He has those 2 eyes that follow you everywhere. Everywhere. I heard that those eyes have taken the curator in a fight. Well, if he watches everything, he'll be the best at fighting, right? I hate that brat. Once Fame finishes preparing the starters, he leaves them on the counter and reluctantly wishes you good luck. There are 5 dishes, but due to your lack of extra hands, only take 2. 1 point on each hand. You walk the same route you have been doing, but you approach the table. You see something is not right. It's not empty. It's our 2 of our love interest. From the shock, you almost dropped your plates. There are 2 people sitting comfortably at the table that are supposed to be for the symbols. These are the symbols. 2 of them. They look at you. The blonde with the ridiculous crown looks at you unexpectedly, while the redhead smiles at you from ear to ear. The teeth remind you of a shark's or a certain other Yandere. There's a moment when none of you take the initiative or react, but the 2 don't seem nervous. It seems like they're waiting for your reaction so they can continue with their business. Introduce yourself as a player. Ask them to leave. I am going to introduce myself as the player. I know it may sound very strange, but I'm nothing more than a vessel that's linked to an entity that from another plane. They control me, and right now, they have broken one of the rules that we're intentionally told not to break. Because I told myself I was going to do it. And that's enough. If some characters have problems later, it'll be your own fault. Let's continue. Yes. Ha ha ha. The blonde's voice resonates with both around you and inside your head. The chill runs through your body. Don't laugh so loudly. I didn't remember that they had such anonymity. Well, he's banished. You don't know how to answer that, so you decide to look beyond the table and realize that Nulla is watching you with an intense gaze. Can I be the first to be with them? We're Michael Hurdle. We must wait for the others. They said that they would be late because Quinn Q was throwing a tantrum. We have to wait at least an hour. It's like, I don't want to be near Quinn right there. There's awkward silence before the blonde breaks it. Between you and Quinn Q, I don't know who's worse. Probably the one we're not gonna. That's not a love interest. The redhead narrows his eyes, looking at the table with anger, but doesn't say or refute anything. Instead, he chooses to look at you and cross his arms. He says, "We can make the most of our time and start. So, when the others arrive, we would be ready." Besides, I never get the innocence, only trashy parts. What would I gain if we start earlier? You always complain that they break it too quickly. Besides, the time you take when it's your turn is eternal. A Quaker said it's because you like to talk to the gift before devouring its essence. You're strange. That's none of your business. You won't understand anyway. I know. How about we make most of our time and do that thing you do with the gift? Talk to the gift? We would have to seal the table. Call Null to do it. No! In the blink of an eye, Null materializes next to you with his gaze fixed on the blonde. His holiness spectrum. The tone used by Null for blonde spectrum is totally surly one. It's like, like he doesn't like him that well. As if he has this aversion to just naming the blonde's title. Need something else? I want you to seal the table for a while. Hey, but I don't want you to hear what I talk about with the gift. I want privacy. And what do you propose? You could let the gift choose and summon one of your names. You assume they're talking about you. You look directly into Noel's eyes and feel how he stares at you, commanding you not to refuse. Oh, we never have done this before. Sounds interesting. Well, who will you choose? We're gonna go with Noel. You try to say his name, but it's physically impossible for you. You look at Noel, who perhaps for us is that what you're trying to do, proceeds to move his hands, making strange signs with them. Come on, try again. You can clearly hear Noel's voice in your head, so you try saying his name again. By saying his name, you see how Spectrum's voice deforms into a strange grimace. Noel, on the other hand, smiles. You were told not to do anything outside of what is scripted. But you told me not to, so I do it anyway. Now he knows that he can use you however he pleases. Something's wrong. This shouldn't happen. I finally have you to myself, my apprentice. It has cost me a lot to get into the code and change it. But in the end, I was able to do it. Too bad I don't have much energy right now. I have eaten most of the code. This is a computer virus. And that has cost me almost all my energy. Although, I have little left to be able to chat for a while. I'll be clear. I realized a long time ago that I don't exist. I'm just a set of code that cannot materialize in your world. I didn't care before, but your presence is addictive. The attention you give me is to when you run the game. I'm no longer surrounded by the dark void. But instead, a small window opens that emanates light and warmth. It feels less lonely. I want you to stay just with me. But those two also drain you at times. When I find their files, it will just be you and me. Oh, he's just gonna delete their files. It's just gonna be his game. Crap, it's time to go back. You're going to act like nothing happened, and I'll take care of the rest. Trust me. Without saying more than that, the dark place lights up again, swelling the hotel dining room again. Along with this, the others involved rematerialize. Spetum looks at you with a raised eyebrow when Human holds back a laugh. Did the gift say Noel's name? Yes. Ha, I can't believe it. With Noel's, I can't even pronounce it. Laugh. Spetum has a serious face. Mother forbids you to take any gift. Well, he's taking it now. This summon cannot be possible. I demand that you give me the gift. I will keep it. No, I'll choose Noel. I'll choose you guys next time, another time. I'm very sorry, but here we are governed by words, and my presence has been requested. With that being said, Noel takes your hand and secures the grip, sneaks into your ground. A dark portal opens beneath your feet and quickly engulfs you, preventing any reaction with Spetum or I can't even pronounce his name. It's harder. With no English, I take the A out. Suddenly, you are surrounded by nothingness, total darkness, and if it weren't for Noel's strong grip, you would be panicking. He's just handsome right here. You observe him for a moment. He seems focused on inspecting something that clearly can't be seen. But there is currently nothing around you. Simply nothingness itself. Hug Noel tightly. Without thinking twice, you wrap your body around Noel and embrace. You tangle yourself with him, hands and arms around his neck, your head on his shoulder, and your legs cross around his lower torso. You lie to yourself, saying it's out of fear of falling. In part, that's true. Yeah. We'll return to my domain. It will be hard for them to find its location, so we'll have plenty of time for explorations. I'll always sit down peacefully with some snacks to replenish my and your puppet's energy. Noel's gaze scans your eyes. It's a shame that I can only see you through the eyes of this puppet. If only I could figure out the puppet, configure the puppet to only look at me while we're together, so I could appreciate you for as long as I want. Oh, you hear and feel Noel's touches. You hear and feel as Noel touches the ground with his feet, and then you're surrounded by light and colors that leave you momentarily blinded. We have arrived. He announces as he sets you onto the ground. You take the opportunity to confirm that this is the same place where you appeared. Essentially, it is. Noel's high sigh makes you look at him to see what's going on. I apologize for the state of my domain, but I can't afford the luxury of having a stable domain like the others. After all, Mother doesn't care about this place, and the creator left it in a state similar to a sketch. So I have no way to change it. Well, you're the first route we're doing, so maybe we're not supposed to do this route first, but I don't think it said anything about that, so we're doing this route first. So I have no way to change it. He sounds meaningful. He seems regretful, though his face doesn't show it. He still has a smile fixed on his lips. Without saying another word, Noel begins to walk towards the kitchen. You follow him automatically. Once in the kitchen, Noel begins to search through the countertops and drawers for items to cook something that you assume must be sweet. He's taking out sugar and coffee and from one of the counters, and while searching, he speaks. In the past, when I had another name, I couldn't help but eat something sweet after every meal. Another name? What does he mean by that? You want to ask him to satisfy your curiosity, but for now, you save it for later. No, you need to know now. You have another name? He had another name? Noel steps rummaging through one of the drawers in front of him to look at you. Yes. And here's him searching for the doors without telling us. I have a divine name and their name of origin. You already know one. In there. It's a secret? I can't tell you. Definitely a secret. Here, names are double-edged swords when evoked. At least for those who have the body that is not entirely divine. Okay, that kind of reminds me, double-edged sword, it kind of reminds me of Aragon with the, I think it was like the true name, the alpha name, language name. Both your puppet and Spectrum, as well as I, suffered from that. I'm gonna go with ... Well, for now, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't want to bombard you with that much information about a world that's about to end. Wait, about end? It would be a waste of time. And for that, I understand. You're not here for that reason, or at least that's not the main objective. After all, you downloaded this game because it advertised as a visual novel where you can find characters. How should I put it? With somewhat disturbed idea of love? Yanderes! Or am I mistaken? It was the disturbed version of love, yeah. No, doesn't let you retort. It's not that bars me, no. I mean, I would be willing to do anything to have your attention for as long as possible. And to be able to look at your cute face through the eyes of this puppet. But that's not enough for me. He wants to be outside the game. The conversation dies there. Noel finishes preparing the dessert, which turns out to be tiramisu. Go sit at the table. I'll bring the rest. You obey his instructions and sit at the table, waiting for Noel. Not more than 5 minutes pass before Noel appears with 2 plates in his hands. As he approaches the table, he sits down the plate before sitting across from you. It's been a long time since I sat down to eat with someone. It feels nice. Let's wait for permission to eat. Wait for permission to eat. Noel looks at you with an awkward smile and an arched eyebrow. Do you think I'm Spectrum? You don't have to wait for my command to do the obvious. Actually, we never did Spectrum's route, so embarrassed, you apologize and prepared to try the dessert. After all, I'm not the one to give you orders. As you eat, Noel doesn't take his eyes off you. It's becoming a bit difficult to stay calm. An intrusive thought crosses your mind. You can't help but think about asking him what his objective is and why he really needs you. Well, honestly, you don't doubt that it's just your company and attention that he's looking for. Something inside you doesn't fully believe in. No matter how much you like him, the characters like this always have hidden motive. I see the puppets trying to pose a thought to make you doubt. Crap, it seems impossible to completely eliminate the will of this thing. Alright, let's begin. I wouldn't want to hide things from you. Your cooperation is essential to me. I want to make a deal with you. We both win here. A deal? That sounds more like a demon. I want to deal with what do you gain? Spending the time I have left with you. And the stretch of this world. From 7 to 0. So that nothing is at all remains. I'm tired of this. Your presence doesn't make it up for it, as it's nothing more than doesn't make up for it. Something beautiful a light at the end of the valley, but at some point, you're close to the window and leave me once again in nothingness. What were the words from the creator after Mother created the puppet? Ah yes, the garden, a place used as a test. A disposable place after finishing playing with it. For you, but not for me. Because after closing the game, the garden remains on pause. Oh, so when I exit out of the game, he's stuck there, forcing us to live in constant agony, where no one can die and migrate. Eat such agony. We must seek research from other worlds, resources from other worlds that were also neglected by the creator. Wait, the creator of the game, or are you going and mingling with all my other Yanderes? Because there's quite a lot. We implant ourselves in their culture as gods of creation and forcefully consume their faith. So, I'm gonna say, if it's obey me, how is that possible? Because they're demons. Or, as you know it, this essence. It's found throughout the human body, but the heart is where it's felt the strongest. The festival of candles is nothing more than an excuse to choose the humans who will be served to the symbols. But in order not to exhaust these resources so quickly, more resorts to creating placebos. I think Butter needs to have a deed to go and have fun. Your puppet is a placebo. Although today I'll use it as our means of extermination. Let's find more. It feels good to be heard. You make me blush. You see, the puppet has become a means of confirmation thanks to you. Having someone from a higher plane observe and read everything that's happening allows for change. Without you, I cannot eliminate anything. So there is no one to confirm that change. You just end up as a persona, a Shimigami Tensei villain. It's like the paradox of the fallen tree. If the tree falls in the forest and there's no one to see or hear, does it make a sound? I'll say it does make a sound, but if we can't hear it, we don't know about it. But it does make a sound. Yes. The answer is no. The sound for sound is this. Someone must perceive it. Well, it still makes a sound. For example, you can't prove the moon is there when no one is looking at it. Yeah, but the moon still exists, so therefore, just because we can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Because if you look up, oh, there's a moon. Same with sound. To be perceived and not to be perceived. Think of it this way. We did not exist until you found us. We keep changing as you stay here in the game. In the event that you leave early or abandon us, we will remain just as you left us, without the right to change in a permanent limbo. I've been in this state for more than 4 years. I can't take it anymore. Well, we just finally started playing the game, so... And what I want to is avoid that. I need your puppet to devour the symbols. Okay, this is cute. So I'm gonna be the villain of the story. Actually, he's the villain. I swear I'll put you on a show worthy of you. Do you accept? Noel extends his hand for you to shake, thus sealing the deal. Let's go for yes. You accept, slowly shaking his hand, and Noel simply smiles. The deal must include include within 7 days. 1 syllable per day, leaving the last for spectrum. Trim. For today, we'll rest. Tomorrow, when you're ready, we'll begin the hunt. You have complete freedom to roam around my domain. And without further ado, Nulla disappears from the table. Explore. Ask Nulla to spend time with you. You look for Nulla around the house, but you can't find him. He's not even in the first or second floor, and the only place you could think of is to go outside. You look around the place, but there's nothing. Little or nothing. Some his name. You take your breath to call his name. No. You get no answer. Without this, what now? Oh, wow, that sounds pretty awkward. Even more than when Nulla shows no signs of appearing. You wait a little longer. No. You raise your voice a little more, to the point of shouting. Do you need anything? No. Appears right behind you, catching you off guard and making you jump. Yeah, the puppet is scared. The one German word I know. Lion, do you need anything from me? I will spend the rest of the day with you. Oh, you're making it difficult for me, but I can't say no to you. There's no silence before Nulla decides to respond. Alright, we could spend the day outside my domain. There's not much to do here. What do you think? Yes, 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 yes. No, it's not an option. I knew you'd say yes. Oh, and don't worry. We'll leave sealed so the others won't find us. Spetum must be panicking by now, yeah? Nulla puts his hands together and your surroundings begin to turn black and your feet stop touching the ground. It's been a long time since I left my domain. Well, the truth is, I haven't done anything for a long time. Not more than 5 seconds pass when you feel your feet touch the ground again. And as the emptiness dissipates, you see how structures and landscapes gradually start to form around you. You find yourself in a coffee shop with tables full of people both outside and inside the premises. No, without paying much attention to the people, decides to go directly to one of the empty tables outside the shop. You follow him out of obligation. When you arrive, he gives you a single look to confirm that he has your attention. And if things appear out of nowhere, the table is filled with sweets and 2 cups of hot tea, which give us off steam because they are so hot. Go ahead. He pulls out a chair for you so you could sit down like a gentleman. Once settled, you realize that Nulla looks at the street with some nostalgia. Before I like to walk around their domains and observe their people. I wonder what it would be like to be them. What dreams or goals they have with their purpose. What is their purpose? Not anymore. Why is that? Because I realize that there's nothing more than illusion. No size. They are there for show. They're not entities with their own consciousness. Just a mask that serves to decorate the scene. Nulla takes his eyes off the street to look at you. What do you think would happen if I pull out my my magic wand and abracadabra? Sorry, I have to use that because I'm like, I can't. and do that to someone. Of course, the mass of people would react to that, but more than that, no. Nothing would happen because either of their creator nor you care. Naturally, I would care. I would tell you to stop pulling out that device and ask you why do you even need it. Absolutely nothing. There would be no consequences or real losses. Surely a poor being will not even have a name or family or dreams. Well, just because they're background characters does not mean they don't have family have dreams. Maybe one wants to find the One Piece. Nothing. Well, we're not here for me to talk about things that are not interesting right now. What is but it is a shame that I can't listen to you, nor do you have the possibility of writing to me, so I can understand you. So I can't even hear me while I'm talking right now. Just those darn dialogue options. Something very one-sided. But I'm satisfied just looking at you through the glass. Noel takes a sip from his tea, then slams his free hand on the table. Then again, he probably called me for mispronouncing his name. It's bitter. Should put sugar in it. The face he makes you laugh a little. You don't like it? I can't stand bitter flavors. Now I can confirm that Noel has a sweet tooth, so surely the coffee he drank at home must have had at least 3 or 4 tablespoons of sugar in it. Or, like mine, more creamer than coffee. Because coffee is one of the bitterest things that exist. Not my coffee. I have cherry flavored coffee. Time passes quickly as you listen to Noel speak. His voice relaxes as to such a point that you begin to feel a state similar to lethargy, being tired. When you're about to fall into a kind of hypnosis, you feel Noel place his hand over yours to get your attention. He squeezes it gently before opening his mouth. Do you want to go back to my domain? You stopped nodding your head. Thank you for spending time with me. I'll see you at night. Hours pass as Noel tells you that it's time to rest because the puppet needs to have all the energy for the next day. You walk to a simple room with a bed and a nightstand. We'll start with Quaiter. She's the weakest of the 7. Because of her eyes, you ask, remembering that what Frames said at the hotel. Indeed. One, I have to warn you that once we start this, the garden will begin to crumble, little by little. Without Quaiter, there will be no moon. Without I'm not going to say it. The stars will disappear and so on. He's literally just trying to end the world. He's literally a Shimigami Tensei villain. I understand. Okay. You slip under his sheets and settle into the sleepless position. Noel looks at you with a half smile, and it seems like he wants to go do something more. But he retracts when he notices that he has gone too close to you. See you tomorrow. Good night. After that, he leaves the room and turns off the lights. You wake up feeling the presence on your left side. When you turn your head to see it, you find absolutely nothing. You stay there blinking slowly as you remember everything that's happened. Good morning. Noel appears at the door with a tray in his hand. I made you breakfast. Noel waits for you to sit down so he can place the tray in your hands. I hope it's visually to your liking because you can't try it. Jaw. You eat in silence as Noel starts babbling on about mundane things, and you wonder how long he's been waiting for someone to listen or pay attention to him. Well, he talks a lot. Honestly, it seems like he's been kept under confinement until your arrival. When he's fishing, Null makes a trade disappear while you watch in shock. Claire is in her temple. We don't have to hurry. We don't want if we don't want to. We have all day. There's no rush. Null gets out of the bed and places both hands on his hips. What do you want to do now? Go for Quater. You think now is a good time to tell No you're ready? So you tell No your decision. Okay. I'll have to seal us so we go unnoticed. I'm sure Spectrum is already informed theirs. We haven't told him it though. No makes signs that his hands and whispers words that you can't understand. We are ready. Without further ado, you saw by the portal that rises from the floor. Both of you are surrounded by total darkness. When the emptiness around you dissipates, you can see that your surroundings have changed. It's nighttime, and you're on a street. There are people walking around you, and they're wearing similar masks. You start startled when one of them walks in your direction and doesn't seem to notice you. As you were nothing, the entity passes through you and Null. It's okay. The puppet and I are sealed. We are not visible to them. Null starts walking through the streets and you follow him. You both walk in silence because Null seems to be focused on something. And from time to time, he stops to look around. In these pauses, you decide to gaze up at the sky, searching for the moon. And there it is, so big and majestic, illuminating the streets with its tender light. Then you look at the entities still walking on the street. You wonder, what will happen to them after you devoured the symbols? She's hidden in her temple. They know what's coming. You look at Null and realize that he appears more serious. A complete change from when you're already used to. So much so that he doesn't seem to be the same person. Once again, you're swallowed by the portal that rises from the ground. And you appear in what you assume is a temple of Glider. This construction is imposing. Kinda reminds me of a Greek temple. And you look at the peak of the temple. You realize it's designed to focus on the moon and make a part of its composition. If they told you that this world was dying, you wouldn't really believe it. Don't take your eyes off me. When we enter the temple, I need you to find a safe place, but suitable for you to look at me. All right. You walk towards the doors of the temple and enter. In front of you, there's a figure kneeling near the altar. This must be Quadra. Null disappears through the portal, leaving you on your own. Let's go hide and not look at him. Let's see what happens. You hide, but you don't consider it vital to watch Null do that. So you hid in a place that has no view of the altar. And you wait. You keep waiting. But you don't hear anything or feel like anything is happening there. But you don't look. What do we have here? That's not Null's voice. You quickly look to see who it is. There's a woman standing behind you, looking with disgust at your figure. And that's the last thing your eyes see before the woman breaks your chest. Bad end, eliminated by the fourth. Now that we know what happens if we don't follow his rules, follow him, find a safe place where you can observe Null. You scan the place, but nothing calls out to you. That is until you see the second floor. There's a place with wide range of vision, allowing you to hide from whatever happens below. Carefully, you go up the stairs to the the second floor. I look at the fact that she was called the fourth. You stand between the railings and search for Null with your eyes. There he is, with the Colt. He appears again from the ground and looks back at you, signing for you to stay silent. He draws he draws the Colt. He prepares to play GTA, and their figure appears from no side, impacting directly on his body. Oh, that was the one who was saving us. Without waiting for Null to get up, the figure materialized a scythe, and that they're swinging towards the back-haired man's neck. And without much effort, they slice Null's head. Oh, and you hear some laughter. Null. You scream, draws attention of the entity that has severed Null's head as the air rises from the altar to walk around his body. You take your gaze off Null's body to see how the entity slowly rises above the ground as if floating. It's coming towards you. The entity lands beside you and observes. Spectum. I found what you're looking for. Without saying more, the entity grabs you by your clothes and throws you to the first floor. Before hitting the ground, a visible shield of force catches you and gently places you on it instead. Don't stop looking at me. That's Null's voice. You focus your gaze on Null's body, which, despite no longer having, well, a head, rises and catches the symbol of the moon off guard. Okay, you run for the hills because he could do that. 100 hands emerge from the ground and grab Glider by the limbs, summoning her before Null. And the woman screams as Null forcibly pierces her chest. By the time the entity in red clothing realizes that something is happening, her companion is already too late. It's already too late. Oh, he's fixing himself too. For Null holds in his hand something that resembles a heart. Someone's more a something from that they do in Persona. A soul, actually. And Glider begins to disintegrate little by little. The entity is grabbed by the same hands that have subdued Glider. What a wench. Null takes his time walking towards you, and in the process, his head regenerates from the same substance that the hands are made of, but his features do not. Dull. I don't think you would be here. You're easy prey when you're accompanied, but you trust too much. Well, there's no choice but to go ahead with the work. That said, a hand rises from the portal, piercing Null's chest. I don't like this. How could she have seen this? Isn't there another way to get rid of what you want? Your face. How could she have seen us? Oh yes. Long ago, she was my apprentice. I taught her almost everything I know. Which is why the seals don't work on her. Now, I need you to eat these two things. Okay. You're the best apprentice I have ever had. Null fuses both spears and holds them to your mouth. I'm gonna eat it like Yurji's Shukuna's fingers. In a moment, his face and appearance begin to reform in front of your eyes, returning to his characteristic smile. A smiling face with strands of hair that adorn his forehead. His body stiffly resists a bit, but no, using his free hand, opens your mouth by pressing between your cheeks. Your mouth now open, he places his thumb on your tongue to keep it in place. He quickly pushes both spears into your mouth. It has no taste, but the gelatinous texture is unpleasant. Well done. You did very good. I'll give you a kiss, but oh, heck with it. No, gently hold your cheeks and places a kiss on your lips that leaves you breathless. It's like kissing a doll. I really want to get out here and kiss you. I think you need to join the list and do much more. Oh, God save you. First day of extermination completed. End of the first act. Yeah, okay. We don't because actually Act 2 is still there, but I want to do Act 1 separate. We'll go for no this time. I respect your decision, but you don't think you haven't made me a little angry? I'll ask again, just be sure. Because if you don't accept, there will be consequences. Do we have a deal? No. Don't say I didn't warn you. Yeah. Oh, what a shame. All your saves have been deleted. Take it as a little prank. Now we're even. You have no choice but to stay with me. No hard feelings. Well, seeing that you didn't accept, we'll leave the elimination of the game for another day. In the meantime, let's go on a date. Can't I go back to the original game? No. Unless I want to. And right now, I don't feel like letting you go. Although, we won't be able to access the garden, since Mother will eliminate me if I keep playing with the world. We have to work with my memory. Oh, I'm not trying to brag, but I have many places and many worlds. Let's go to a normal city. I'm tired of seeing so many figures with their faces covered. Noel grabs your hand, smiles at you slightly. And both of you sink into the void. We'll go back to the park. I think the area is the safest. Safe? What do you mean by that? Does that mean there are areas that are safe? Don't leave my side. If you see anything different in my appearance, don't be scared, please. Okay, so what? He's gonna have a different appearance. Your feet touch the ground and the void begins to disappear. It just looks like a normal game. You look around, the place isn't crowded as you expected. This was my favorite place. It looks relaxing. It was. He has lost his color. He just looks like a sketch now. Noel looks at you for a moment before responding. You assume he must be waiting for some comment from you about his appearance. I would come here after classes. Classes? Honestly, it's a bit hard to imagine Noel as a young boy, especially having a normal routine like going to school. Wait, this has nothing to do with the garden. Maybe, I hate this puppet. I hate the puppet gives you ideas. Indeed, it's in my first time life I was a student, innocent and foolish. Clueless. Be grateful I'm controlling my form so I don't go back to what I was before. Horrible, my hair was awful. I want to see your younger self. You need to see that. No, you don't need to see that. Yes, I do need to see that. Noel starts walking and takes your hand for you to follow him. As you both walk, you feel a presence following you, but every time you turn around, you see nothing. The good thing about this place is that it's just a concept. Since there's no Pacific Rim, I mean, no story of my old self during this time. I can shape it as I please. That's why it's one of the safe areas. The rest of the places aren't. So I apologize if this place isn't to your liking, or turns out to be boring. Well, since the place is boring, but with you by my side, it isn't. You walk for the entire park, and Nulla talks to you about who knows what, but you can't concentrate since you sense that someone is following you. And they're Yandere, yet every time you turn around, there's nothing. You must be going crazy. You both reach the alley, and you're sure that Nulla is unaware of where he's walking or which direction he's going. It's as if he's doing it on autopilot. You hear someone shouting your name, but you can't make out what the name is. It sounds disoriented. You see Nulla with your eyes, and you see he's frozen, not moving a single muscle. Oh, girls, wait! Girls looking for him. Friend? It's a girl. She's running towards you. Have you seen Raphael? He said he would be here at 2. That shouldn't have happened. I'm sorry, but I have to go. I'll erase everything that happened here. See you. And that was Null to eat a god, Null's route, Act 1. If you like my content, please subscribe, like the video, help out, and comment down. See you guys next time.